His family butchered by demons, his last hope of a normal life turned into one of them, and he's powerless to do anything. That is the premise to Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer in the West. It is a phenomenal manga with some really dashing visuals that transmit the action unlike most of the works we see nowadays. Kimetsu no Yaiba is phenomenal. Easily one of my best reads on the past 5 years, and it's due to the high intensity of its plot. Something is always in movement. Characters, combat, and information show up on every page, and it demands attention that most shonens don't. And shonens are manga for boys, or action mangas. Try to keep up. It reminds me a lot of Nobuhiro Watsuki's Samurai X, or Rurouni Kenshin if you are a man of culture as well, but with a very interesting art style, often reminiscent of Japanese paintings and filled with beautiful patterns and effects that became associated with this work. And it doesn't surprise me that the anime has received such high praise this last year. Much like the manga, the anime manages to keep the same aesthetics but in movement, with its quirky non-traditional art style, filled with crisscrosses and hard ink-like edges on all characters. It maintains the flow in every scene, although I can't show much of it here because Viz Media might be looking. Kimetsu no Yaiba takes place in the Taisho era Japan, circa 1912. Time where demons still roam the lands of Japan. Our hero, Kamado Tanjiro, has his whole family slaughtered by demons, and his younger sister, Kamado Nezuko, turned into one. From then on, it's a continuous conflict for him to protect his sister and find a way to turn her back into a human being. They then become entangled with the Demon Slayer Corps, a secret society destined to fight demons, and Tanjiro meets his brothers in arms inside of there. The series' two other protagonists, Agatsuma Zenitsu and the wild Hashibira Inosuke. The trio then take on many trials and tribulations to get better, and find their use in the battles against the immortal demon army. The author, Koyoharu Gotouge, makes sure we understand that this is a very dangerous world on that first chapter, and everything scales drastically over its 23-volume long story. A short ride for some people, but still an amazing read for most. He carefully kills off major characters at random times to catch the readers off guard, and that works pretty well into a very emotional experience, where everybody has a dark past that links them to the Demon King, who controls all of Kimetsu's antagonists. Kimetsu no Yaiba is filled to the brink with heartwarming stories and intense action. Every character is well balanced and adds to the story. Everything makes sense. And this is coming from the industry that, well, invented Super Saiyans and protagonists getting power-ups from their asses. It doesn't have many arches that go far away from its premise though. Since it's a very compact story, it goes straight from start to finish, not using many of the most common tropes we find on shonen manga, like world championships, the real mastermind behind the enemy, and enemies becoming allies, that kind of thing. It states that demons are the enemies from the start, and all of them are victims of the Demon King. And even though it never moves away from that, it manages to keep being heartwarming from start to finish. I do think the ending, although not bad in any way, was rushed. It feels like most of what happens between the 20 or 30 chapters than in the hundreds before it. But it does give the feel of urgency to the battles going on. I fully recommend Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer. It's available now on the Viz Media app, and you can find printings in most countries of its initial volumes. The last volume came out at the end of 2019, and it also has an amazing anime available on Crunchyroll for free. It's still in the first season, but there is a confirmed second season and a movie in production right now. There are lots of ways to find it online also, but remember to buy the original volumes and support the creators. Official manga translations are mostly a dying thing right now, and we need to keep it alive by showing our support. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a like and subscribe. I'll try to do some more anime stuff and manga stuff in more videos. I'll see you next time.